Caitlin Clark just pulled the ultimate power move. She's not asking and she's not suggesting. She's demanding that Kelsey Mitchell stays in Indiana. And if Stephanie White doesn't make that happen, Caitlin is going to make sure everyone knows who really runs this team. Stephanie White is supposed to be the head coach, but right now she looks like she's coaching for her job. The pressure is on and it's not letting up. Let's get into it. Here's the situation. Kelsey Mitchell is a free agent and she can walk. She can go anywhere she wants and there will be plenty of teams lining up to pay her. But Caitlin Clark is doing everything she can to make sure Kelsey stays. And I'm not talking about just saying nice things in a press conference. Caitlin has been talking to management. She's been talking to Kelsey. She's making it clear, I need her. Why? Because Kelsey is the only player on that roster who moves at Caitlin's speed. When they're on the court together, the Fever are dangerous. When Kelsey is off the court, you can see the difference. The offense stalls, the spacing gets tighter, and Caitlin ends up having to do too much. Caitlin knows that and she's not letting the front office mess it up. But let's dig deeper into why this duo is so special.
Wait, man, Caitlin Clark shutting down Oklahoma City, NBC doing her thing. And she made a bold statement on air today, and she let it be known she wants Kelsey Mitchell back with the Indiana Fever as her backcourt mate. Caitlin Clark went on national TV and said, I want Kelsey back. That is a big statement. Caitlin, blink twice if you okay. This is crazy, man. Caitlin Clark ready to run it back with Kelsey Mitchell, and it looks like the Indiana Fever are going to try to bring her back on a one-year deal and get nothing for her once she ultimately bolts in the next offseason.
Kelsey Mitchell is one of the fastest guards in the league with the ball in her hands. But what makes her perfect for Caitlin is her ability to play off the ball. She doesn't need dribbles to score. She can sprint off screens, catch and shoot, or attack closeouts. Caitlin's passing vision is unreal, but it only works if someone is actually moving and cutting. Kelsey moves constantly. She understands that if she keeps running, Caitlin will find her. That connection didn't just happen overnight. It grew over the season, and by the end, they were reading each other like they played together for 10 years. Breaking that up would be basketball malpractice. Now let's talk about Stephanie White, because this is where things get tense. When she got hired, everybody said it was perfect. Indiana legend, great coach, the exact person to lead this young core. But this season, things have been shaky. The defense was a mess, the rotations were confusing, and a lot of people inside the league are saying Stephanie hasn't done enough to build around Caitlin. There were games where the team looked completely unprepared and the adjustments came too late. The front office brought in Stephanie to win now, but the results on the court didn't always match the hype. And now with Kelsey's future on the line, the spotlight is brighter than ever. Here's the thing. Caitlin is the franchise. Nobody is bigger than her right now, and if Stephanie White makes a mistake with Kelsey Mitchell, that's going to be a problem. Because Caitlin isn't just a player. She's the reason tickets sell out. She's the reason the Fever are on national TV. She has leverage and she's using it. If Stephanie White loses Caitlin's trust, it doesn't matter what her contract says. A coach can't survive when their franchise player isn't on board. That's the reality of the WNBA right now. Caitlin Clark has changed the business and Stephanie White has to navigate that carefully. Let's be honest for a second. Stephanie White has not been perfect. Last season there were games where Kelsey Mitchell would be hot, on fire, and Stephanie would take the ball out of her hands. There were times when the offense looked like it didn't have a plan and players were just standing around watching Caitlin figure it out. And defensively, the Fever got exposed over and over again. The same breakdowns happened late in games and nothing changed. Fans have been frustrated, and now with Kelsey's contract up, everybody is watching what Stephanie does. If Kelsey leaves, that's on Stephanie. And the fans will not forgive her because they see exactly what's happening. Caitlin Clark stood up and said, I want Kelsey back. Stephanie needs to back that up. If she doesn't, she's going to lose the locker room, and honestly, she might lose Caitlin's trust. There's also the front office angle to consider. The Fever have cap space and they have the ability to offer Kelsey a max contract. But sometimes teams get cute. They try to save money or they think they can replace a player with someone cheaper. That would be a huge mistake here. Kelsey Mitchell is not replaceable. You can't just sign any veteran guard and expect them to fit next to Caitlin like Kelsey does. Chemistry like that takes time and the Fever don't have time to waste. Caitlin is ready to win now. If the front office tries to lowball Kelsey or let her walk,
about 5 people or 3 people that are going to be on our team next year, but I feel like we have a great core. You know, our first priority is to sign Kelsey Mitchell back. Was first team WNBA last year. Kind of my running mate in the backcourt. She makes it really easy for me. So, you know, there's nothing like playing.
All right, you heard her say she's my backcourt mate. She makes the game really easy for me. I want Kelsey back. Okay. 1-year deal, Kelsey. Look, I'm gonna be honest, bro. The only way. Look, I already said that they were gonna core her. They were going to core her.
Caitlin is going to see that as a sign that they're not serious. This is the part that really matters. Caitlin Clark didn't have to do this. She's the superstar and she could just show up, play, and collect her checks. But instead, she's standing up for her teammate. She's publicly putting her name behind Kelsey Mitchell, and that's leadership. It tells you everything about what kind of person Caitlin is. She's not selfish and she knows she needs Kelsey to win. But it also tells you something else. Caitlin is paying attention. She's watching what the front office and the coaching staff do. And if they let Kelsey walk, that's a red flag. A big one. It sends a message that they're not serious about winning now and that they don't value what Kelsey brings. Caitlin is not going to forget that. Imagine the scenario if Kelsey leaves. The Fever go into next season with a hole at shooting guard. They try to fill it with a veteran who doesn't have the same speed or shooting gravity. Defenses collapse on Caitlin even more. The offense becomes predictable and Caitlin's efficiency drops because she has to force things. Meanwhile, Kelsey goes to a team like the Mercury or the Lynx and averages 20+ points while the Fever struggle to make the playoffs. That would be a disaster and everyone would point back to this moment. The moment when Caitlin said keep her and the organization said no. So where does this go? Kelsey Mitchell is going to have offers from other teams. Teams with cap space. Teams that will let her be the #1 option. Teams that will show her love immediately. Indiana has to convince her to stay. And that's not just about money. It's about showing her she's valued. It's about the coach putting her in positions to succeed and the front office treating her like a priority. Caitlin is doing her part and now it's on Stephanie White and the front office to do theirs. If they mess this up, the fans are going to riot and Caitlin Clark is going to remember who didn't have her back. What do you think? Should the Fever pay Kelsey Mitchell whatever she wants, or is it time to let her walk and rebuild around Caitlin? Comment below, pay her or let her go. I'm reading every single one. And if you want to stay up to date on everything happening with Caitlin Clark and the Fever, hit that subscribe button right now. The off-season is just getting started and trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. I'll see you in the next video.